Happy 1 year to the 1D rundown.
Oh, for God's sake, Niall!
Hey everyone, what up? You know the drill by now, I'm sure you do. My name is Jasmine, this is my One Direction channel, Hey Angel, but I have a main channel called Jasmine's 8 if you want to subscribe. The link is always in the description. Two things just to mention real quick before we get into the rundown here. First off, like I said in the beginning, this is the 1 year anniversary of the 1D rundown. When I first got the idea to do the rundown every single month, it was last year in January. So now we've come full circle to the rundown of January 2020, which is so absolutely insane. So much has changed in my life. So much has changed with One Direction and the boys and this channel and everything. So it's so insane that I'm still here filming a whole new year of rundowns. Pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. Second thing is, like, speaking of coming full circle and making it this far and stuff, the continued support from you guys is just absolutely insane. The last time I filmed a rundown a month ago, I was thanking you guys for 1K subscribers, and now I'm getting closer and closer to hitting 3K. I was recently accepted into the YouTube partner program, which means my videos are monetized now, and I'm partner verified, which is, it just feels like such a fever dream. When I saw the notification, I was literally having a meltdown. Like, I could burst, I could cry. I don't even have the words. I just appreciate you all so much supporting me here and on my main channel and everything that I do across any platform. You are the best, you are the most amazing. But now, all that sappy stuff out of the way, we can get to what you're really clicked on this video for, which is the 1D rundown. January, if you're not familiar with the rundown, of course, it's just when I run down every single thing that happened in a month with all the boys. Okay, let's just get into the January rundown now.
It's not about winners or losers, but we won.
So the first update that I have for you guys in January happened on January 3rd. I actually kind of already talked about this because I made a whole video about it, but on January 3rd there was an interview released where Liam stated that there was a One Direction documentary coming on one of their anniversaries. I have a whole video where I talk about One Direction's comeback. If you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. It's one of the past like 3 or 4 videos that I uploaded on this channel where I talked all about what was going on with the documentary and One Direction's supposed comeback, reunion, whatever they're doing. Then on January 5th, we got pictures of Harry and Anguilla. We just got pictures of him there, chilling out, maxing and relaxing, all cool. I know, I'm not funny. But then it was speculated that he was there with Adele, because then actually a few days later there was some pictures of Adele that got released of her and Anguilla. So a lot of people were like, hey, was she with Harry? And then it was confirmed that she actually was with Harry. Like, he was there hanging out with Adele. So that was really cool that Harry's friends with Adele and that he was just chilling out in Anguilla with Adele. Honestly, couldn't have asked for better. Also on January 5th is the day that the One Direction website supposedly reactivated. I also talked about this in my One Direction comeback video, how some people were saying that the website was never taken down and that people are just getting confused because the store was taken down. A lot of people are saying no, it was taken down and it reactivated. I don't really know which one is true, but I did cover a whole bunch of stuff about their website in my One Direction comeback video, including the fact that the copyright was also changed at the bottom. On January 7th, there's a new song by Louis titled Fearless that was registered on APRA. At this point in time, nobody knew that Louis had a song called Fearless. This was the first we've ever heard of a song called Fearless. Of course, now we know that Fearless is on his track list and all that stuff, but back in this time, it was the first time that we were introduced to Fearless, so a lot of people were really hyped up and excited. Taylor Swift tease. On January 11th, Harry gets his nominations for the Brit Awards, which was very exciting. He was nominated for Male Solo Artist of the Year as well as MasterCard Album of the Year. Lewis Capaldi also got nominated for some Brits, and so did Stormzy, 2 other honorable mentions. If you didn't know, Lewis Capaldi is my best friend. I tweeted about it the other day. This is my truth. This is my life. He's my best friend. Which makes sense since Niall is my boyfriend. I mean, it's just full circle here. We're all connected. Also on January 11th, in the very, very, very early morning ass crack of dawn on January 11th, there was a stream that went live on Louis' YouTube channel where there was a giant mural being painted in London revealing his track list. The night before, there was a bunch of tweets going out from Louis and his team encouraging fans to come and watch this live stream the next morning because he was revealing something. A lot of people originally thought that he was going to be talking about meet and greet contests, but it ended up being a track list reveal, which is so creative. Usually when artists drop their track lists, they just do it like, here's the track list, like they'll post a picture of it. But Louis did a live stream of someone painting his track list on a big wall. Like, it was just so beautiful. so creative. Louis is a genius. Like, it's funny how Albert Einstein has been silent lately. On January 12th, of course, we all celebrated Zayn's birthday. It was Zayn's birthday, but surprisingly, we also got pictures of him out on his birthday with Gigi Hadid, which we all used to know as his girlfriend and then his ex-girlfriend. So a lot of people were surprised that she was with him, but alas, on his birthday, we got pictures of him and Gigi and also just of him, and he looked amazing, spectacular, phenomenal. Also on January 12th, we finally got Louis' Cosmopolitan shoot. There was a time a few months ago when we were getting behind the scenes pictures and videos of Louis doing the Cosmopolitan shoot, but we never got it and we were never told when we were gonna get it. So the fact that we finally got it this month was really cool. He was featured in the magazine and the pictures were just amazing, beautiful, best I've ever seen, out of this world. It was a great photo shoot and I think it's one of his best. On January 13th, it's announced by Louis and his team that he's doing an album signing event in New York City to celebrate the release of Walls, where fans will get to come and get their album signed by him, meaning that you're gonna meet him on the day his album drops and he's gonna do a performance. On January 15th, Louis announces that he's dropping a new single called Walls. On January 17th, which is just a few days away from when he announced the single. Walls was the final why did my voice just break like that? Walls was the final single that Louis released before the album, obviously, and it was such a great single. Also on January 15th, it's announced that Harry is performing at the Brits in February. We already knew before that he was nominated for the Brits in February, but now we know that he's performing at the Brits in February, which is amazing. I wonder what he's gonna perform. I cannot wait to see that performance. On January 16th, Niall announced via Twitter that his album is finished. He still hasn't announced what it's called, when it's coming out, or anything like that. But he did announce in a tweet that he finished it, which is such a huge deal. I cannot wait to kind of get into Niall's second album, because we've been dealing with a lot of like Louis and Harry with their albums and their promo and their tours. They're all kind of doing that at the same time. But Niall, we've only gotten like a few singles from him. We haven't heard much about his album. So I'm so excited to start getting into like Niall's turn. On January 16th, people start finding out that Harry is supposed to be performing at a Pepsi event it's called the Planet Pepsi Zero Sugar Party. And it's like an event where a bunch of people are gonna perform, hosted by Pepsi. A lot of people thought it was in correlation to the NFL as well, which if you're not American, it's basically football, the American football. This actually was kind of messy the day that people found out that Harry was performing at this event. A hashtag called #HarryBagOut actually trended #1 worldwide because so many people were upset that he was performing with Pepsi, a company that's known to be racist or has been called out for being racist in the past. So a lot of people were really upset and hurt that Harry would agree to work with them and perform at their event. So they were trending #HarryBagOut. I think things like this can get really tricky really fast. So it was really interesting to see everything unfold, and I haven't heard much about it since that day, but it happened on January 16th. On January 17th, of course, Walls, the single, dropped. If you haven't seen my reaction, I do have one up, of course, of Walls and my first reaction, my first listen to the song. Oh my god, it was so good. Like, I can't even, still to this day, when I listen to Walls, I just cannot believe how good he did. Like, I definitely understand why he waited to have that, like, be his last single before the full album, because Walls is just so amazing, like, one of his best. Also on January 17th, Louis hosted a listening party in London. It was like one of those secret locations kind of listening parties where you had to enter, and then if you won, you could choose a +1 and go and listen to Walls and meet Louis. Also, people who went to the listening party got, like, exclusive merch that's not available anywhere else. I truly, really do wish, though, that Louis would kind of expand where he goes for these kind of things, because he likes to stay in the same areas, and Harry does the same thing. Like, I feel like it's just not fair to these international fans who don't get opportunities like this for Louis to continue to go back to London, New York, LA, London. Like, okay, we get it, go somewhere else for a change. As someone in this fandom who has somewhat of a platform like this, I do think it's really important for me to speak on these kind of things and make it known. So yes, here I am saying, you international fans out there absolutely deserve so much more, and I deeply apologize that you don't get the same opportunities as people who live in other places. And I know that it's not Louis' fault. I know that he has tweeted and said before that he wants to try and give international fans more of a chance. But I also do know that it's his team that's kind of planning all of this and where he should go and what he should do. So I just sincerely hope that one day we can get through to Louis' team and make them realize that other places exist in the world and that these international fans love and support him just as much and definitely deserve to have these kind of opportunities. On January 18th, Louis is featured on the cover of Telegraph magazine, and there's also an interview inside that he did with Telegraph magazine. The shoot was really good. Another one of my favorite covers that he's done. I really liked the picture and how they designed his cover. This rundown is so like Louis centric. Like I feel Louis just owns January. Like Louis did everything in January. On January 20th, we get a new selfie from Zayn, which is kind of rare these days, so it was really cool that he posted one. Also on January 20th, the Walls music video came out, and I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. The day the Walls music video came out, I had so many tweets and comments and posts and DMs of people asking me, hey, where's your music video reaction? Or what did you think of the music video? And I felt so bad because I didn't film one. I didn't even think to film one. As soon as the video came out, I kind of just watched it because I usually don't film music video reactions unless the music video comes out with the song. So like the Lights Up music video came out with the song, the Nice to Meet You music video came out with the song, the We Made It music video came out with the song. That's why I reacted to those videos. But when a song comes out and then the video comes out later, I usually don't react to the video, so I'm sorry. I did really enjoy the music video. It blew me away. Like, oh my god. The metaphors that he plants in these music videos, the imagery, the connections that he makes to other things, like he calls to other music videos and other things. I don't even have the words to, I can't form comprehensive sentences in an effective way to describe to you how I feel about that music video. The part where he had all the boys like imitating One Direction and then Zayn like disperses into the air, like it took me out. It was just so beautifully done, so well done. It was so open and honest. On January 23rd, my mom's birthday, Louis appeared as a guest on The One Show. He did an interview as well as a performance. If you haven't seen it, I'll have some clips linked below so you can go and check out what he did while he was on The One Show. Also on January 23rd, this is kind of weird, but there was a bunch of Walls snippets posted on Louis' website. Literally the entire album, like every single song, there was little 30-second snippets of each of them where you could go on the website, hit the play button, and the snippet of the song would play. So a bunch of people were, it was up for like an hour. So a bunch of people were going on his website and pressing these play buttons and listening to these 30-second snippets. A lot of fans got to hear bits of like literally every song, Always You, Only the Brave, Perfect Now, Fearless, all the songs that we've never heard before. There was 30-second snippets of them and everyone was freaking out over them. And we all thought that they were supposed to be there, so it was like a fun kind of thing for everyone to join in and be like, oh my god, I'm excited for this song. But then a few hours later, they got taken down off the website. They weren't there anymore. So a lot of people kind of figured out that it was a mistake. Whoever put them there wasn't supposed to yet. They weren't supposed to be available until after the album was dropped, so that when people were purchasing the album, they could go on and listen to the snippets and be like, oh, okay, and buy those songs. So whoever put the snippets up fucked up, and they were not supposed to be there. So a lot of people felt really bad for listening to these songs, or at least 30 seconds of them, before they were supposed to. On January 24th, Niall was a guest on the Late Late Show Ireland. He went and performed Nice to Meet Ya, and we got a bunch of videos and clips of him on Late Late Ireland. On January 27th, Zayn announces a Flames music video. We got Flames, a single, a few months ago, and I really loved it. It was such a good song. I always listen to that song in the car. On January 28th, it's announced that Harry is playing a festival in LA called Wango Tango on June 6th of this year. On January 29th, an interview that Louis did for the Rolling Stone is released, and he actually did this interview with Rob Sheffield, which is great because Rob has done interviews like with Harry before that we've all really loved, and he always does an amazing job with his interviews. We love Rob Sheffield, so the fact that he got to interview Louis for the Rolling Stone is really cool. It was a really good article, a really good interview, so if you haven't seen it, as always, I'll have it linked down below. Go check it out. Also on January 29th, there's pictures released of Harry on set filming a music video for Watermelon Sugar. We got an Adore You music video, we got a Lights Up music video, so it makes sense that he's filming one for Watermelon Sugar. On January 31st, of course, alas, we all know, Walls drops worldwide. I don't think I have the words, like I don't have the time in this video to pack in everything that I could say about Walls and about Louis and about how proud I am that he has gotten this far. We've waited years and years and years for his debut solo album, and it's out, it's here. No words. He just absolutely killed it, absolutely did incredible. I don't think I've ever been this proud of someone in my entire life. Like, he really beat the odds and overcame everything and released this album finally. I do have my Walls reaction up on my main channel, Jasmine Zaid. I did not put it here because I don't know why I've just been doing this trend where I put all my album reactions on my main channel. I feel like they fit better there. I will also be doing my Nile album reaction on Jasmine Zaid whenever that comes out, but if you haven't seen my Walls reaction, I'll have it linked down below. It's over there on that channel. Definitely check it out if you're curious about my initial reaction to these songs on his album. Hey guys, I'm interrupting the rundown to bring you this segment of the rundown called These Are the Things That I Forgot to Put in the Rundown. I'm sure, as you know, I always film the 1D rundown like the day before I upload it to make sure that everything's nice and current. But of course, there's still some occurrences where there's things that happen after I've already filmed the entire rundown. And I don't want to leave those things out because they're still a part of this month, January, so of course I still want to include them in the rundown. So here are some things that happened after I finished filming the rundown. On January 30th, Harry made a surprise appearance at Lizzo's performance, which was just so unexpected. She was doing a performance for SiriusXM, which we've talked about them before, and Harry was introduced and came out on stage with her to perform Juice. And we got all kinds of videos and pictures of him and Lizzo performing Juice together, which felt like such a fever dream. There is an HD video of Harry and Lizzo's full Juice performance, so if you want to check that out, it'll definitely be in the description for you. Another thing that happened that same day on January 30th, Louis was a guest on Jimmy Fallon, which is the Tonight Show, obviously. He went on to promote Walls, he did a little interview with Jimmy, and then he performed Walls the single. So that was absolutely amazing. I sat in my living room and watched it. But if you missed it, I got you, of course. I will have the interview and his performance linked separately below if you want to check those out. That concludes this segment of things that I forgot to put on the rundown. I'm so sorry for this crappy quality. It's the middle of the night on my iPhone, so anyways, back to our regular programming. Overall, yes, January was very chill. Not a lot of super crazy hectic things going on, really. It was kind of just smooth sailing, so I'm glad that we got that much needed breather because I feel like the next few months we're gonna rocket launch into a bunch more stuff as we were in the past rundown. So thank you, One Direction boys, for giving us a little bit of a break and a breather this month. Yeah, that is everything that happened in January, all the news and updates that I have for you. So thank you guys for watching my rundown. As always, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my main channel, Jasmine Zaid. The link is always in the description. If you're not subscribed over there, definitely go check out some of my videos. Go watch my Walls reaction if you haven't seen it yet. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social medias. I'm at Jaz Zaid on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and I will see you guys in my next video.